So can I see?
Hello, good evening. If you are catching this on the replay, my name is Nini, and the beautiful lady you see next to me is Miss Erica or Winter Michelle's. Here, always say Winter Michelle's. It's Winter Mechelle. Winter Michelle, both here on YouTube and Instagram. Um, Tonight, I planned for my Vlogmas video to incorporate the Keisha Cole versus Ashanti verses. And since that was canceled, I reached out to Erica and I said, hey, I had something on my mind about why so many people were excited and hyped to watch the Keisha Cole versus Ashanti live. And that's because we all remember how we felt, where we were, and the feelings that came afterwards, and the things that went on to our relationships after the toxic relationships that we may have been in when these songs first came out.
Right.
And so really to go along with that, Erica's love for fragrance and my love for fragrance as well, it really inspired me to share, I guess, not too much of our stories, but more of a journey. Yeah. More of a journey into healing and what types of fragrances or scents and just things that you may do that are a part of the healing process. And I thought, what better person to talk about that with than Miss Winter Michelle? Just to give you, just to give you a little history, I have never met Erica in person. I have met her solely. I happened to hop on one of her lives on Instagram. She is more commonly live on Instagram, so I really invite you to follow her and even join some of her lives on Instagram because I really, really enjoy them, and that is how I was introduced to Erica. Hey, Jay. And since then, she and I have built a relationship based on positivity and really living out or I should say not living out, but rediscovering our femininity. Again, as part of the healing process, and just learning to go through life. And it doesn't hurt to go through life having someone you can reach out to who may or may not know your story, but definitely can relate to you and have a good connection with you.
Yes.
Oh my
God. Likewise.
This queen of lives.
Likewise. I'm so glad to have met a beautiful soul. Someone that is very like-minded, and we connect on a lot of different levels. We have a lot of things that has happened to us that's kind of similar. So yeah, so woo, been there.
Yes. We have found a commonality as far as with fragrance, not only for our body, but also for our home and certain practices through our daily lives that has helped us to, and I think you can agree, Erica, to rediscover who you are and learn to make yourself happy. And you can't, for lack of a better word, I'll use the, is it an analogy? To use the analogy of you cannot pour from an empty cup. You must pour into yourself first. And I think that is something that definitely rides home for both of us. So where would you like to start with? Set the scene as far as, are you wearing a particular fragrance? And if so, what is it?
Well, yeah, I went out tonight. I celebrated my friend's 30th birthday. Shout out to you, friend. Happy born day to you. 30 days. Not 30 days, 30 summers. 30 summers. So if she's watching this, happy birthday. But my scent of the night was Born in Roma Valentino.
Ah,
And I had to hit my chest area with 2 sprays of replicas by the fireplace because it is 38 degrees here in Little Rock, Arkansas. And so I wanted my fragrance to pierce
ooh.
through the cold. So yeah, I was feeling myself. So that was my fragrance of the night. I have Born in Roma Valentino and a couple of sprays of By the Fireplace.
Okay, and Jay is wearing Candy Rose. How is
Oh,
that, Jay?
yes. How is that? Candy Rose. That's a nice name.
Ooh, yeah. Look, I'm double fisting. Now I knew Amina was gonna come with something fresh, so, something exclusive.
What she got on?
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Is it all de narcisse? Look, phonetically spell it out for me, and I'm gonna attempt to say it. Oh wait, Erica, you sent it to him. No,
What?
he said you sent it to him.
I did. I did. I did send it to you, but maybe it's a beautiful name. It sounds nice. You know,
Okay.
um, I'm very particular about my rose. I know Jay loves rose, so that one I just it didn't work with my skin, so I sent it to him. Maybe he got something else from it that I didn't. So I can't see the comments, so you have to tell me what.
Oh, how do I don't know how to share the comments. Yes. Jay said it's actually not bad after the shower.
Oh, okay. After the shower is not bad. Okay.
Okay. I have we wanted to make you proud tonight, Jay. So Erica and I have on our beautiful robes, beautiful gowns, beautiful robes.
Beautiful gowns, beautiful robes.
Look, I have my this is actually from my wedding. Look, I'm getting my money's worth
Oh,
at this robe, child.
yeah. Money's worth.
Get my money's worth, but I definitely want the old school hood fluffy robe that when you want to just be around and that kind of robe when you just need that comforting almost spa like robe. I need that too.
Yeah.
Jay said yes, Rose.
Yes. I need to give me some more robes.
Oh, Amina said if you open the video on your phone, you'll be able to see. Let me see. I'm gonna do that too.
If I do it or
If you open, I guess on your phone, the open. Let me see. Let me see.
open
Let
the
me
video.
see.
So
Boy.
down here I have Mike, Cam, and Mike. Do I click on Cam?
No, like I guess if she says if you open into the actual YouTube feed, you should be able to see it too. Jay, you gotta. I seen. Look, I'm nosy. So I've seen in your background. You have enough robes for all of us to rotate. Kia, look, I would have. Look, I would have invited you, but I barely got on here. You see, I'm grayish, and that's because my Macs were not working with me. So I am on a Chromebook. Kia says hello. Everyone saying hello to Kia. Let me see if
Hey,
I
Kia.
can.
Okay, so I'm on my phone, so I guess that's what she's saying.
Let me see if I can pull it as well. If you're watching this on the playback, we're gonna get started soon. We're working on the logistics of everything. Okay. If you're watching this on the playback, oh, see, look, now I have it on. We're gonna get started soon. We're working on. Okay, so I have it muted here. All right, and so just to give a synopsis of what we are talking about this evening, it is toxic relationships and comforting scents. And I'm like, yeah, Jay said I'm a little grayish, a little fizzy, but
You
we
look
gonna
fine. I'm looking at you on my phone. You look fine.
really.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's just the camera. It's so fun. If I can start doing this, I do this a lot. Oh my goodness. But we are talking about scents not only for your body but also for your home. Just things that help you towards the healing process of feeling more of yourself, of being your best person, to show up as your best person. What I said earlier was you cannot pour from an empty cup, so you must pour into yourself. Much of that starts with finding exactly defining what exactly a toxic relationship is. It could be with family, it could be with friends, it could be with a lover. And I think that's where most people get that misconstrued, that toxic relationships only exist with lovers. Toxic relationships could be with a parent, an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, and these are things I think, especially for us in our community, that are not touched upon. We may joke about it. Oh, every time you go home, pre-COVID, you go to a family gathering, it's, oh, you put on weight, or oh, you lost weight, before anyone even utters a hello. And that can mess with your mental, that can mess with your self-esteem, because it's assumed that, oh, this is out of love. Right, Jay. Anyone can be toxic.
Right.
Amina says smile so she can take a picture for Insta. I'm probably
Did you get
cockeyed.
it? Did you get it, Amina?
Did you get it, Amina?
Hey, Jennifer.
You see, maybe yours are going faster. Let me look. Hi, Jen. Now I see Jen. Hi, Jen. We are talking about toxic relationships, and we're also, we had to bring in the comforting fragrances, not only for your home, for your body. Did you talk about your the soaps that you just got on your live? I think that was on your live.
Yes. So I bought some soaps from a company called Fragrant Body Oils. And their impressions of different fragrances, like one that I got was Delina. I got Mula Mula. I got Molecule on One, which is the soap that I bathe in tonight. Um, I got Baccarat Rouge EDP, the Extrait. What else did I get? I got quite a few soaps. Oud Satin Mood. And I'm probably missing one, but yeah. So I bathe with the Molecule on One. It lathers very well. It's nice and rich and moisturizing. And when I got home, I was actually talking to Nene, and I went into the bathroom and I was like, girl, I could still smell the soap. So
That's the
it's,
first thing you said.
yes, it's very nice. It's a small company that hand makes the soaps, and it is Black owned too. So I feel really great about that purchase. Supporting a small business that is Black owned, and the products are wonderful. So yeah.
I'll have to try them out.
Yeah.
Are they along with the fragrance? Are they shea? Are they soy? Are they
Shea is shea and cocoa butter based.
okay? So it's natural soap. Okay,
Hmm.
okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know. Yeah, because
Yeah.
my skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all pray for me.
And
Hey,
oh, it's
I'm
called Fragrant Body Oils. Hey, Uncommon.
Look, this is an impromptu.
Yeah.
I literally
Impromptu.
I called her. She said, "When do you want to go live?" I said, "Tonight." She said, "Now." I said, "Yeah," because if you know me, Nene goes to bed. Like my kids, in the bed. I'm usually in the bed because we get up very early. So she said, "You sure you want to go live tonight?" I said, "Yes, I definitely do." I initially had a video planned tonight. As you may or may not know, I am participating in Vlogmas. And Vlogmas is you upload every day. And for me, I'm really enjoying it because I am getting to not only know myself and basically to teach myself I can do it. If you have been following my channel for a while, you will see that sometimes I'll be consistent and then I'll stop. And there's sometimes I'll have an excuse, and at other times, and I'm glad we're talking about this with toxic relationships. I find that sometimes things from the outside will definitely affect. Hi, Chanel. Things from the outside can affect your productivity. And for me, my productivity, I made a commitment that I wanted to participate in Vlogmas, and that is why I'm here. And that's why I said, you know what, Erica, I would really appreciate it if you join me this evening, because I want to complete this goal. And my goal was to successfully complete Vlogmas, and just do what's right and do what's on my heart. I feel like though we all and I don't know if you were all gonna watch this, but I was gonna watch the Keisha Cole versus Ashanti's versus. And if you know Keisha Cole's music, I personally, even though Ashanti is literally from where I'm from Long Island, actually Glen Cove. Ashanti's mother was my mother's dance teacher.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
yeah, so it's Ashanti is a homegirl, but
Okay.
I remember literally being in my shower. We didn't have the Google Homes and all that, but you know, you would have your illegal music on your computer in college.
Yeah.
You remember that? Yes. And I remember crying in my room or crying in the shower, or you know, we had the old school iPads that had no color, and playing these songs over and over again. I should have cheated. If he ain't gonna love you, then let him go. And it's those are again about lovers, but as Jay mentioned earlier, anyone can be toxic. You can
Mm-hmm.
have right LimeWire, Napster,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Look, y'all my people, because these kids have no idea what we went through to listen to music. Like my
That good
computer
old
crashed all
dial-up.
the time. Right. You remember
Yeah.
your computer crashing, and then you like it was such a time. Like we really lived. Right, Chanel, I was ready. And that's what I'm in a healthy relationship now. But in order for me to be where I am in my relationship, not only with my husband, with my friends, with my family, and what we touched upon a little bit is like my parents. I'm like, look, I'm gonna try to get through tonight without crying. Y'all know I'm a crybaby,
It's
but
okay. I'm a crybaby too. So look,
look, and look,
we both gonna be.
right,
It's all right.
Amina. LimeWire murdered many of my laptops. My mother would call like, "What are you doing to your laptop that you have to keep? Like, what's going on?" I was like, "Ma, I need XYZ to fix my computer." Yes, we always had viruses on our computers. Like, just forget it. But what I was saying is like who you are and how you react in your relationships literally comes from the relationships that are around you. And the first relationships that you have are with your parents, your
Mm-hmm.
grandparents. And for me, you know, my parents were very young when they had me. Like, in fact, my mother was, you know, in the 80s, when you got pregnant when you were young, you were shipped down south. So mama, like, we were shipped down south. Look, if my mother's watching this, ma, please don't kill me. But the relation, basically with my mother, she had me young, but my mother is very ambitious, even to this day. So even though she had me young, every dream that my mother had, I feel like she wanted me to carry out. And though my mother has always been, my mother is my biggest supporter. She's my best
Yeah.
friend. Sometimes that what's considered tough love, it can be really hard on you because
Yeah.
the expectation of what someone else's dreams are, it's impossible because my dreams cannot be Erica's dreams cannot be Jay's dreams, and so on and so forth. But because she was my mother, I wanted to make her proud. I went through school, I went through college, I have my degree. I made it up until a not an executive, but I was in a supervisor position, and then I became pregnant with my son. And
Mm-hmm.
now that goes back to the relationship with my parents. My parents were married when they were young. In my humble opinion, I don't think my parents should have got married. But hi Pam.
Hey, Pam.
Um, my parents got married very young. I'm an only child. Yes, I'm an only child. I'm the firstborn. I'm the first grandchild. So, I was raised by not only my grandmother, my mother because she was young, my aunts, and my uncle. My mother is one of three, technically. We'll talk about that later. My mother is one of three from my grandmother. And she, even though she had me young, she wanted me to carry on her dreams. I finished school, and then I became where I was making $75,000 a year,
Mm-hmm.
and I met my husband, who wasn't my husband at that point, and I had my son. My son
Right.
was born. He has asthma. He's allergic to nuts. He had a lot of health problems. So, with my now husband being in the military, whenever the school was calling, "Hey, you got to come get your kid," I had to go. So, of course, that started to affect me professionally.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm trying not to make this story really, really long. Long story short, I left my career for my family. As an only child, as my mother's only child, who felt like she wanted me to be everything that she thought she couldn't be because she was young when she had me, all of that pressure went into me. And now that pressure to be everything my mother wanted to be, it transferred into my relationship with my husband. My
Mm-hmm.
husband asked me the first time my husband asked me to marry him, my son was a baby. We've only been married for 3 years and my son is 9. So that should tell you a little fast forward of what happened. Because I was so concerned with fulfilling what my mother thought that I should be, it affected me in my relationship with my now husband. I could not be in that moment his wife because I was trying to be the daughter that my mother wanted me to be. And
Mm-hmm.
see, and some people, that's not toxic. Well, yes, it is because,
Yeah.
you know, yes, 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 Pam. It's a lot. And, my grandfather was in the Navy as well. My grandmother has 3 children. God rest her soul. My grandmother had 3 children. Look, I'm gonna get a phone call tomorrow. My grandmother has 3 children. My grandfather has 10.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So, without telling the family business,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and that'll kind of lead us into the next portion of, you know, right, Jay, I was not living for me. I was living for my mother. And of course, Jay, look, let's sip on that.
Let me sip on my water.
Let's sip on that. But that is the first relationship. Um and throughout all of this process, I try to be positive. If you all have seen me, yes, very fertile, very, very fertile. He sowed his royal oats. he he has a legacy for real. But just going back to with what toxic relationships, toxic does not necessarily mean that someone is nasty or nice nasty. And Erica and I have had that conversation about people who can be nice nasty and passive aggressive, and where someone can smile and say, no offense, but as soon as you say that, you know someone's getting ready to say some, we're going to keep it PG because we're on YouTube. But as soon as someone says, oh, by the way, respectfully, that's the new thing.
Mm-hmm.
Respectfully, before or after they say something rude, it's
Or
still
I don't mean no harm, but yeah.
definitely. So now all of these things as almost like a block of ice, because you kind of freeze because you don't want to offend anyone. You still want to be yourself, and you're so consumed with being, oh, I'm a good person. That's what you tell. I'm a good person. That person they just needed a little extra love. Oh, they meant no harm. So you let people continue to pick at you. And you know what happens when you start to pick at a piece of ice, it starts to melt.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what happens. You get overloaded with so many people who think that they can just sit and pick and pick and pick and pick. And you make excuses for their behavior, not realizing that it's detrimental to your own being. So these are the things that these toxic relationships, they really can almost turn into like a domino effect.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Hi, Pat. We're talking about toxic relationships. And somehow we're going to eventually get to these fragrances. But Erica has already introduced her soaps from Fragrant Body Oils.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been using my Necessaire body wash. That's the eucalyptus one. I'm taking a shower. And my fragrance of the night is Miss Delina Exclusive.
Ooh.
And now, look, by the time my husband comes home, it's going to be gone. He got to give me another one. I have the travel size one. Mm-hmm. But right, Jay, if you don't stop it, it will keep happening. And it may not even be from the same person. I can get back into a conversation. Y'all see that? I could go off and come back in. I'm reading the comments as well, as far as with just toxic things and how they can affect you. Mm-hmm. The reason I picked Delina Exclusive tonight, and that's the fragrance that I plan to wear while watching Ashanti versus Keisha Cole, is because for me, that is a comforting fragrance, but I still feel like it's powerful. It's very, in my opinion, feminine. It is who I am now. I don't like to identify myself by my battle scars, but I can say that, and it's crazy because I hate to say that I'm strong or I made it out the mud, because that is not what I want my legacy to be, that I was that strong person that took all of these things. And don't get me wrong, I believe that my mother has instilled every good thing about me. I feel like had something to do with my mother, because my mother made sure she poured into me, even I feel like more than she did herself. I feel like my mother didn't really start living until I got married. And again, I've only been married for 3 years. I've been with Dwayne for 11, but we've only been married. Wait, we're going on 4. Lord child. We got married in 2017. We're going on 4 years.
Yeah.
But just again, what Delina Exclusive does for me as far as being a comforting scent, it is a powerful, feminine, powdery fragrance. It, to me, is very comforting, and knowing that I'm here, I'm better than ever. I know who I am. I'm very what's the word I'm looking for? I'm a no nonsense. I'm at that point in my life where if I see something that I don't like, I just remove myself, have y'all ever seen that meme of Homer Simpson where he kind of goes into the
Yeah,
bush?
falls back.
Right,
Yeah,
fall back. Yeah,
to the
look, I
bushes.
fall back. I don't fall off. I fell back, and I've had that happen in different types of relationships. Um, would you like to add something with that, Erica?
Um, well, toxicity. Whew. I would like to add that, with toxic relationships, um, you can get so used to it to the point to where you feel like it's normal. You don't know how to be in a relationship that is healthy,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you start to get immune to it. Um, and you really have to break that cycle. And I'm a big advocate for therapy. And sometimes
Yes.
it does take you sitting down with a therapist to figure out the root of why are you addicted to toxicity, and why do you feel like that's the only way you're able to thrive. Well, you're not
Right.
really thriving, but you become immune to it. You think it's you don't know how to function in a loving relationship that is meaningful, filled with reciprocity. So it takes a lot of digging, a lot of being honest with yourself, a lot of healing. And I have been through all of that. I'm still on a journey to find. And I'm not in a relationship, but I'm always in a relationship with myself. And
Yes,
so I
ma'am.
have to take care of me, because if I don't take care of me, then I'm no good to anyone. I come first, and I I have to, so I can be able to pour into to others. But whew, child, listen, when you're on the Instagrams and the Facebooks, and I want to say this too, because we look at Instagram and we look at these pictures and we look at these beautiful faces and these nice photos and stuff like that, and we feel like everybody got their shit together, they life together. And that's not true. That's not true. We don't post the bad stuff on Instagram and Facebook.
No one. Well, I'm gonna piggyback off that when you finish. Go ahead.
Okay. Most people don't post the good
Hello,
stuff.
D'Angelo. Yeah, look.
Hey, Angelo.
You said you're in a relationship with them plants. And that's a part of healing. That's a part.
Who said something about my plants? I sure am in a relationship with my plant. Let me tell you something. Those plants has become a part of my healing journey. Um, those is something about something living in your home, that makes your home become alive for me. And plants are living. And so I told myself that I wanted to start a plant journey. And I'm in my grandparents' home. They have transitioned on. Um, and my um, papa and my dear grandfather and my grandmother, they had a big garden in the backyard, and my grandmother was always in her rose bush and planting in her garden and stuff like that. And it's something about being in this house that is full of energy. And I took up wanting to buy plants, and one plant turned into two to three to four. I think I got like 7 or 9 plants. But I purposely named my plants after different people, different ancestors that have passed on. My first plant that I bought, I named it after myself because I wanted to manifest. So when I get up in the morning, I'm looking at my plant and I'm like, "Hey, Erica, how you doing? What do you need today? Do you need some sun? Do you need some water? You are beautiful." So it's like I'm manifesting to myself, like I'm talking to the plant. You know what I'm saying? We got a relationship. It's like, "Is you thirsty today? Tell me what you need, money tree. Tell me what you need, Erica." So I love it. It gives me tranquility and peace. It's my thing. I love it. My ritual, I get up and I thank the Most High for seeing another day that I have never seen before. And I look at my plants. I check to see what it needs. Does this plant need to be in this corner? Do you need water? Do you need more sun? And I fix me a pot of coffee or some tea. I open up all the blinds. It's winter and fall, and for me, I need some sun. And that's really helpful to me. Now, some people might look at it and be like, "Oh, it's for me, it's for me, and it helps me." So, yeah, I can't keep plants alive. You can, because I was one that thought that I couldn't keep plants alive. But let me tell you something. Like your body tell you what you need, plants tell you what they need. If a plant needs more water, it might droop, you know, and you might need to water a little bit more, or you might be over, and that's what I like about it, because it's teaching me patience. It's teaching me how to, like, really be patient and pay attention to detail. I love it so much. But yeah, it does radiate energy and it's aesthetically pleasing. It brings life to your home, and it's just beautiful. Yes, y'all can. Y'all can listen. There are some plants. Um, there's one called a snake plant, aka a mother's tongue, and those plants are. If you kill that plant, I'm gonna talk about you. I'm gonna talk about you if you kill a snake plant. Because the snake plant doesn't really require much. And I named my snake plant after Asada Shakur, who's in Cuba. And her name is Asada. So Asada is my warrior plant. She like, I'm good. I get up and I'm like, hey Asada. She like, check on the other ones because I'm good, you know. So I do name my plants, but
Hey,
yeah.
Lulu.
Yeah, Amina, plants they really do something positive to a home. It's Hey Lulu. Oh Lord.
They
I
do.
wither a peace lily that never sprayed. Little till I start caring for it. Hi Lulu. I feel like some plants feed off the energy you have. They do. They really do. Let me tell you, there is so much energy in this house. So much energy. And I love it. I love it. Sometimes it makes me feel not sad, but like, man, I wish my grandparents were here so they can see, like, because I used to stay with my grandparents, and it's like, wow, I'm back in here. But yeah, I'm a plant. Oh, you're a plant daddy. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I have two plants in my office. Those vine plants. They creep everywhere. I have them just in water, and I'm not able to baby them, and they are so strong. Yes, there's some plants that just require like really low maintenance. But I'll say all that to say is find something that brings you peace. It could be buying plants, it could be a comfort and fragrance, it could be journaling, it could be whatever. Find something that for you, for you to do. You know what I'm saying? It could be going outside to get some fresh air, taking a 30-minute walk, but do something. I went through a really, really, really bad relationship. Um, and I could tell this story without crying. And this was just 2 years ago. It wasn't that long ago, but I went through a very bad relationship. When I tell you it knocked me down. It knocked me down. I wouldn't be here talking to y'all right now if it wasn't for all the work that I put in. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry because I'm so grateful. And so when I talk about plants, I get so excited because there was a point in time where I didn't know my purpose being here. I didn't want to be here. And it took a lot of, and this is the stuff that you don't see on Instagram and Facebook, but healing is rough. It's a lot of crying. It's a lot of praying and meditating and good days and bad days and not wanting to get out of bed. And whew, I really had to, man, I really, and it wasn't just me. It was my friends and family that they were my legs when I couldn't stand. And when I was going through, I said, you know what, I got to do something. So I took up yoga, I took up guitar lessons, I took up journaling, I took up so much stuff. And people were like, what's going on? What are you doing? Like, you doing all this stuff. I had to find myself because I did not know who I was outside of that relationship. I didn't know who I was. I was so engulfed with this person. I didn't know who Winter was, aka Erica was. I didn't know what makes me happy. I didn't know what I liked. What do you like? What makes you happy? And I was on a journey to find. So I took up all these things and I found a lot of things that I like. Like, ooh, I like that. Wow, I never knew, you know. So so many crystals, my head explodes, and all our crystals on. How
Do
about crystals?
you
I have
do you
crystals.
and see for me, I think I have them here. I have like these geo where these are now big in like home decor. But I
Yeah.
really would like to understand and to really find peace in I'm big on understanding energy, not just channel because you listen, you could channel some spirits and it won't be the right ones. So you have to be
Exactly.
very
Like,
careful.
with that.
We gotta be very careful.
Yeah.
And I love that you are able to express yourself, like you said, without crying. But even if you had cried, that's again showing your growing process.
Mhm.
And like I said, I'm a crybaby. I'm not afraid to
I
cry.
am
I cry.
too.
I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. I cry watching TV. Like I'm a very emotional person. So for me, crying is sometimes how I express myself.
Yeah.
But where just to piggyback off of what Erica said about what Instagram portrays, Instagram is, especially now with the holidays, everyone has up their Christmas trees, everyone has up their lights, they have all the matching pajamas. But we didn't just go through, we're going through a pandemic.
Hmm.
We're
Yeah.
still not there. There's a there is a vaccine that is now developed and will be rolling out soon. And these are just all things that are just going on. So while you're looking at all these, even in our community where we purchase fragrances, and for some people, and like me, these fragrances, I have not seen my husband physically in over a year.
Mm.
So I found myself just buying, smelling, buying, just looking for that perfect fragrance that can get me to the point where I'm relaxed. Like a lot of my fragrances, I feel like are relaxing, are soothing. I can't believe I didn't bring down like Balenciaga's Flora Botanica.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
reminds me when I first got it, the first thing that came to my head was the last vacation that my husband and I put together, and that was to St. Lucia. And the reason why that stuck out to me is because that was the last time that it was just he and I. You know, we're prior to me moving to New York, where both of our families are, it was just he and I. So we didn't have a whole bunch of trips. When we went on trips, it was to Disney World 11 times, Universal Studios, things with the kids, because that's what we could do. And again, finding something and again what you portray, because if you look at my Instagram, you would have no idea those days that I'm just like I can't believe this is happening. Like, I can't believe I'm married, but I'm solo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going through this pandemic is really showing us, you know, it's my husband could have come home, like, but our son is asthmatic. So, and both we had the discussion, like, if he came home, he would have to either stay in the room, or even to do that, he would have to be quarantined for 14 days, but you only get 30 days leave from the military, and he's
Yeah.
in the Middle East. Oh, sorry, Lulu. Honestly, it's a geode. That's what I said. I need to do more research as far as what exactly these channel. I just thought it was pretty. What I thought it was pretty. But collect the ones that drawn and clean them with salt and feed them. Are you talking about crystals, Jennifer? You said clean them with salt, right?
Yeah, some people, because I have stones too. Some people clean them with like spring water and then charge them like in the light, like or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I've done that. That's another topic. That's a whole nother show. Um, you know. But oh, D'Angelo says, I've been a crier all my life and realized that crying helps to relieve the stress of whatever is bothering you. It's a release. You know what? I really appreciate you being vulnerable and speaking about that. I really appreciate that. It is a release. It's I tell people to cry, get it out. Because it's a release and it cleanses the soul. It makes me tired. I be want to go to bed.
That
But
good
remember
after a
that
good
one
cry.
time, Nene? You remember that one time, Nene, I called you early in the morning and we talked and
Just
we,
cry.
we just cried.
Just full out bawling. And like I said, we have never met in person. I met, I think it was a live with you and
Uh-huh.
Janae Internet. And I just
Uh-huh.
happened to get on, like, hey, y'all, what's up?
Yeah.
What y'all doing? And to meet someone who you connect with, like, again, we were on, this is the first time she and I physically talked on the phone. And I was expressing to her, like, I'm walking around my house and I'm opening my blinds and my curtains because I needed the light, because it was that was like in the thick of quarantine, when the only thing that I could do was go to Target. And I
Mm.
love Target. But
Yeah.
I was crying because, like, we you know, we've never been through this before. Your kids can't be kids. I was afraid to let my kids play with other kids. Like, this is the time we're living in, where our children and we can't see your family. I didn't see my grandmother until probably the end of this summer. My last living grandparent, well, no, my grandparent, my grandmother, and I was afraid to see her. And even when I saw her, you know, she wanted to hug and kiss me, and I'm like,
Right.
I love you, grandma, but I don't know, because I be in Target and they get it popping in Target. So I'm gonna go like this.
Mm-hmm.
Pat says, I used to hold things in, but now I let everything out because it was making me toxic. Yeah, that's another thing too. When you take in too much energy from what, you know, things are happening to you, you can potentially become this toxic person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very
Thank
true.
you, Pat, for sharing that. A lot of people won't admit that. They'll always say, oh, you did this to me, or that one did this to me, and that's why I'm like this. Or, you know, I can honestly say that I have said in a previous relationship, you made me this way. And I thought that it was
Yeah.
okay. It wasn't. Like, it really, really wasn't. Like, prior to being with Dwayne, I have been in a relationship where there was domestic abuse. And I can't say that it was only him. We were throwing hands. Like, so a lot of it's a lot. There's a lot of layers to people, and like
Yeah.
in that goes along with, because if you looked at my Instagram, I look like la di da di da, living my life, but there's so many layers to
Mm-hmm.
me and my story, and my story is my story. And just to also to go off of that with social media, even with YouTube, everyone on YouTube is not who they post to be.
Mm.
They're not. I think a lot of people, this is an escape, because you can be anybody you want to be on YouTube. You get you a nice fancy light, you get a nice background, you get a nice top,
Mm-hmm.
you got it made. You get a couple of fancy fragrances, you get, even if it's not all designer stuff, just if you can even be, you know what I'm about to say, you can be a big dog in your niche
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube. People
Yeah.
can look up to you, and you can make all this noise and be aggressive to other people, when really people like Erica and I have seen, sometimes the loudest person in the room is the one who's most hurt.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I don't get how, I shouldn't say I don't get it, because I understand it, because hurt people, but it's really in this time that we're living in, where people should step back and say, hold, wait a minute, is this really who I want to be seen as? And is this really right for my image, for my brand, for who I want to represent in the public, on a public platform? Because once you are nice, nasty on a public platform, that is who you are. Because
Yeah.
no one will forget that. There are some people on this platform who have been nice, nasty. And
Woo.
though I don't need to say names, I think we all grown people. You've seen it yourself. And it's like, wow, I really would never expect this type of behavior from you. But you know what? We're all human, we're all people. And some people are like, I need to get these views. I'm gonna shock the world. You shock people, all right, but you got the
Mm-hmm.
wrong outcome, because now the people who genuinely saw you in one light see you in another. And there's no coming back from that, because if you can have it in you to do that, right, Jay, smoke and
Yeah.
mirrors. You know, and it's sad, because there are a lot of people who look for someone, I don't want to say follow, someone to look up to, or someone to admire, or someone to say, you know what, I want to get where they are. And in reality, the farthest that these people have got is YouTube. If you go outside in the real world, where some of these people are, they're completely different people. You strip the look. I ain't gonna take off and show you my meat mill braids. We ain't there yet. If you strip people of their personalities on these platforms, you will meet some really sad people, right, Lulu? Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you said that, Lulu, because when I first came across Lulu's page, yeah, Erica, you know, I get up 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and before I was really introduced to Lulu, your lives would pop up. And so I would sit and I'd watch it. And that's when I went down a rabbit hole of watching all your videos. And that's when I would start to comment, like, I like her. Because you are exactly who you are. And I love that. I love that you are one of those people, in my opinion, who I feel like if I ran into you at Target, you're gonna be, because again, I'm always at Target. If I ran into Lulu at Target, I believe she would be exactly who she presents herself to be on YouTube. I can't say that about a lot of people, because it's just too up and down, and they can be nice, nasty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very important that you're very careful with the brand that you bring to your platform, because you have to be able to pull up when hopefully we're not going to always be in quarantine. If there
We're
is a
not.
right, if there is a meetup somewhere, and we all meet and mingle, I would love to, because it's nice to put a face, not only a face to a name, but also to meet all of you in person, and to say, you know what, you are exactly who you present to be. There's nothing more comforting for someone to just be who, like Lulu said, be true to who you are, and you will never have to switch up. You won't,
Right.
because you're presenting as your true self, and it's just something that you cannot duplicate. Yes, exactly. Lulu says
Yeah.
she is exactly who she is, unapologetically. And I can say that in my own journey, where I have tried to accommodate other people and make them more comfortable with who they would like me to be, I've only hurt myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you can't do that, because you won't grow as a person, and you will get lost trying to accommodate everyone and what they assume that you should be and how you should be.
Lost in that sauce.
Lost in the sauce. But I want to also share one of my favorite things to do when I need to get, bring myself back in, and calming and comforting sense. And one of my favorite candles that I started to use is Jo Malone's Pomegranate Noir. Right,
Mm.
Jay, it's too much to thank the funk. Absolutely. This to me, this is a fragrance that I commonly will put like in the bathroom in my room. I wouldn't put it in a common bathroom, just only because I have small children, and I think this is too intense for like children. I find
Mm-hmm.
it to be, I think it is sexy. Have you ever smelled pomegranate noir or noir? How you
I've
say
never
it? Noir?
noir.
Yes,
I've never smelled it, but I hear great things about it.
yes, it is very sexy, very grown. I
So you saying I need that?
think you do.
Okay.
Mhm. I don't know that I would wear it
As a fragrance, like
as a
only.
fragrance, only because I think because I've been so used to it being a fragrance in my home, that I don't know that I want my body to smell like it. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Yeah.
Jay, have you used it as a body fragrance or as like a home fragrance? Amina, you've used it too? And a home fragrance or a body fragrance? This is like, I think it's
But
like a little delay when people type. I'm like,
oh, Jay said he sniffed it only. Okay.
but like a candle. But it is, yeah. It's
A
one of
body.
the
Okay.
body
Um,
fragrance. Oh, okay. Okay. I can see that. But just to share my little pleasantries, um I have been enjoying also the Laneige lip sleeping mask. I have the gummy bear one, where I actually
oh,
think you have it too.
yes, I just have the just the regular one.
It's still the same thing. This says gummy bear, but to me, I feel like it smells like grape.
Mm. See, I gotta put some on.
Yes, Lulu. I have to agree, and that's maybe why I like the home fragrance line from Jo Malone. The candle, I just having it open without the top is like filling my room.
Yay! Everybody loves the lip mask. Jay put me on that lip mask.
It's like I've been wearing it like lip gloss.
Me
My lips
too.
are good. They feel
I
good.
I wear like lip gloss too. I wear it all the time.
I have also look Jay. I almost I'm almost out of this one. This is the Le Creme Main. This is the Chanel hand cream.
Ah.
And what I like about this is that it's not greasy when you put it on. Can I
Mm-hmm.
say that it's the best hand cream I've ever used? No. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? I'm looking at the screen down here. But I love that it is, though it's moisturizing, it is not greasy. I don't know if y'all can even see my hands. But as I rub it in, it's not greasy. I don't know if my cream is going to do it. I'm trying to look here. Y'all probably can't see that. But I don't like to put on hand cream and it's all greasy, so then everything you touch is all greased up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely something that I use like at night. Like I have this on my nightstand table or in my bag back when I used to go on dates with my husband. I would have just something, you go to the bathroom, wash your hands, and then you put it on, and it's not something that's going to get all over your clothes.
Yeah.
Something else I have been enjoying is this is the Mary J. Blige Sauvignon Blanc. I didn't know that I liked Sauvignon Blanc, but apparently I do. Another wine that I've been enjoying is the 19 Crimes, the Snoop Dogg label one, and it's
Mm-hmm.
Cali Red. Yes, they are. They are expensive, very expensive, but I have been enjoying them. Yes, L'Occitane. I do like L'Occitane, but do you find that they can be sometimes greasy? I find that they're a little more greasy than the Chanel hand cream, but definitely, Amina, that's another one that I enjoy as well. Do you have particular hand creams that you use, Erica?
Um, honestly, not really. I'm the hand cream that I keep in my purse is I think it's similar to this one right here, but it's like a jelly. It's oh Lord. Excuse me, guys. It's the Vaseline Intensive Care Advanced Repair. But it's like in a squeeze. It's a little
Mm-hmm.
bit more richer than this. And I keep this by my bedside. The Jose Marion body cream, whipped argan body
Which
cream.
one do you have? I think I have the regular one.
This is the regular one, but I do have the apricot vanilla.
Ooh,
I really like this body cream.
that's
It's really
nice.
nice. It's unscented. This one is unscented.
But you
They're-
have another a line of body creams that the peoples need to know about.
I have my own that I create. I
Yes,
have
ma'am.
a whipped shea body butter that I create, and I actually have that too in my drawer, and it's shea based, and it's wonderful. It's beautiful. It melts right in your hand, on your body. It leaves you soft and supple and succulent and
And it's on the way to me.
it's very moisturizing. I love it so much. And yeah, I need to try Jose Maria. Yeah, it's very nice. It's
I think
very nice.
I got lavender. I think I got the lavender one
By
from Winter Mechelle's private line.
okay.
Look, I got flyaways. Um, just to also, if everyone could comment, because I'm still looking for more comforting scents. Some comforting scents that I like, of course, Delina Exclusive. I've explained
It's on
that.
the way. It's on the way, Pat. And y'all, the mail is running so slow due to the holiday and the pandemic. So I have shipped orders out and it's still in transit. So I will be shipping more orders out next week, this, this coming week. But y'all just, I thank you so much for being patient, but I can't control the mail. They, just
They coming.
they coming. They
They
coming.
coming.
You would definitely get your butters before Christmas, hopefully. But I just try to put myself in their shoes because they're working really hard. They're working really hard,
Yeah.
Everybody is. We're in a crisis. So yeah.
And you know what I'm gonna put on with my went to Michelle's private line whipped butter.
What you gonna put on? Monica line.
Mozzarella. Um, I mentioned previously that the Louis Trésor. I have to get this La Mia La Perla
Yeah,
because
everybody's been talking about it.
yeah.
I have not smelled that. So a scent for me, I don't know, look. This is my baby. This is my baby. 1 million lucky. Y'all, I love this so much. I have layered this. This has honey. It has hazelnut.
Mm.
Mm.
I mean,
It,
remember that your boy. Ooh,
and you
relaxing
know
spice.
what, Nene? I've also layered this with our Hugo Boss.
Ooh,
And you put this on top of it. Mm. Baby. Sweet honey. Oh, it's so good. And then if you want to get real fancy, let me pull out another strip, okay? I have also layered this with, I know a lot of people are not big fans of these bottles. Chocolate Gritty by Montal.
I have to
Listen,
start chocolate greedy because you
listen.
I'm feeling that.
Chocolate Gritty by Menthol, a spray. Do you a little 1 million lucky? Do you a little,
Are we
woo,
frozen?
child.
Oh, we're back.
Are we frozen? Okay.
We're back now.
Listen. You got the orange, you got the honey, you got the hazelnut, you got the chocolate, the cacao. They're gonna be all up on your neck. I'm not responsible. I'm not
I'm
responsible.
not responsible.
I'm not responsible. Don't be coming to my DM talking about Erica. No, Erica didn't do nothing. I didn't tell you to put that on. You chose that.
That sounds
You chose,
good. No
but just
roadblock. You know what, Jay?
mm, matter of fact, let me just go.
Just go on and do it.
Yeah, let me just go on and just do the thing. Oh, oh,
I'm sitting here like, yeah.
mm, mm. Oh, this is so good. This is so
I have
good.
to look. You know what? That little private ascent. I don't know why I don't know how to talk. Private scent accord for her. If it had some staying power, it would be a powerhouse. But
It will.
that thing
It disappears so quick.
gone. Wicked Good is on my list. I chickened out. I literally had it in my car and took it back out because I heard really, really good things about it that I'm like, do I really want a chocolate scent like that? But I've heard that Gallagher Fragrances overall is a really good fragrance house. What kind of
Mm-hmm.
scent would you lay with bourbon vanilla? What from the Winter Mechelle private line, bourbon vanilla, what fragrance would you layer with that one?
Bourbon vanilla. I mean, you can layer something vanilla with it. You can layer let me see. Something chocolate with it. Something with cacao in it. Something that has a honey note.
Would you
Uh,
do not Ani? I don't. Maybe not Ani, but I'm looking at it in my head. Mason Francis Kirk Dijon, Gentle Fluidity Gold.
yes.
What do you
Yeah.
think it would do to that?
It would amp up that gold. Cause that MFK gold is it's like a subtle sweetness, a subtle vanilla. Y'all know silver is bae for me. But with the bourbon vanilla, listen. It is what it is. But I think with the bourbon vanilla, it would amp that up. I think it'll make it I don't want to say beastly, but amp up the gentle fluidity gold if you were to pair that with that. Oh,
I mean,
silver is baby, silver is nice. I love me some silver. It's so situational, it's so intimate. It is beautiful. Oh, I love gentle fluidity silver. I mean, I have both of them. I have silver and gold. My favorite is silver. And I love it on its own. And I also have worn silver like on one side of my body and gold on the other side. And it's nice as well. But I rarely wear gold on its own. It's
yes.
either silver or silver and gold together.
Pam said she would lay a Grand Soir with bourbon vanilla. That
Oh,
sounds
yes,
good.
Pam. That sounds nice. Yes. When you get your bourbon vanilla, let me know. I have a little sample of. No, I think my brother took my sample of Grand Soir, but that swore, y'all know what I mean. But that sounds. I have 4 fragrances I'm waiting on: body creams, Grand Soir. I'm like, ooh, you got a lot of stuff coming in.
Wait, now who said
Almost
that?
body
Look, I'm
creams.
nosy. I missed it. Who got stuff coming in?
Miss Pam, Armani Pre-Ray,
Oh,
Roja Duff. Ooh, okay, Pam.
Merry Christmas.
I know, right? I
Look.
also have another fragrance here. It's You by Glossier, and it's like the one note molecules. Um, it's kind of comparable to Essential Molecule O2. And Jay actually
Mhm.
told me about this, and it's like your skin but better, and it's called You. And I wore
Okay.
this to a baby shower, and I walked in and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, somebody smells so good. Is it you?" And I was like, I guess, yeah, it's me.
You know
And
something.
I got so many compliments off of this You by Glossier. I mean, all night everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, you smell so good."
And you
And
wore
it's
it alone?
huh?
You wore it just that fragrance?
I just wore it alone. I sprayed it all over my body. I sprayed it on my clothes, and
Look,
this, this
let's
gives
put
me
that
compliments.
on the list.
Yeah, it's really good. Oh yeah.
Oh no, she said she
Oh.
has them and she's gonna layer them.
Oh, okay. You're gonna layer them with those fragrances. Okay, yes, yes. Angel.
Ooh,
Oh, yes. Bourbon vanilla, my bourbon vanilla
you
body
just
butter
share.
angel share. Oh, Pam, you about to be smelling good. Your husband is woo wee.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I know. Yes, I forgot about that one. I cannot wait till y'all get y'all sputters. I'm shipping out more. I'm making more this week. Oh, Pam, you on to something. I got a little bit of angel shares. I'm gonna try that. Oh, Pat, you just got angel share. Everybody got angel share.
Look, it's
Jennifer.
on my Christmas list. I'll let y'all know after Santa come.
Oh, we. But yeah, but those are the fragrances I have. Hugo Boss, Private Ascent Accord, have You, by Glossier. I have 1 Million Lucky by Paco Rabanne, and Chocolate Greedy by Montal. And I wore them alone, and I love to mix and layer. I love to mix stuff. And all of the, well, except this, I wear this by itself. You can wear underneath something, but I wear this by itself. But the other three, yeah, when I tell you whew, okay.
I wore it and it's drowning out my Killian. What Killian did you have on, Jen? Or was it Angel Share?
Mm.
Ooh.
Okay. You wear your Angel chest off a week of boozy sentiers.
There's a reason that fragrance is sold out. There
Yeah.
is, yeah. So hopefully I'm Santa. It drops off Santa's sleigh into my
Yeah.
collection. But I have one more fragrance, and I kind of took it out, put it back, took it out, put it back. But it is Metalik. And now for me, the reason why I find Metalik comforting is because it's like, you know how when you need something just to get you there, Metalik doesn't start out as just subtle and pretty and fine. It gives you that little shocker when you get that first little
Yeah.
thing. And that's almost like the, you know, when you get out the shower and if you put on your if you go through your facial routine and all that, and it's cold and you get that nice burst cold air, that's Metalik does that for me. And then when it settles down into that pretty floral vanilla, just go to bed. It's just like powdered sugar.
Yes.
It's like
Mentally,
powdered sugar. Yeah. And
it's
even though
nice.
it doesn't last, you may not have it in the morning, it's definitely something pleasant to, even if you're not going right to bed, if you're, I'm going to sit up, I'm going to journal, I'm going to watch a movie, where sometimes I don't like to watch a movie before I go to bed because then I have crazy dreams. Even if I'm just going to sit up and just write my thoughts down, because sometimes you just got to get it out, whether you sing, whatever you do. Sometimes the fragrance that you choose will set that moment off for you. And little things like that, again, it doesn't have to necessarily be when you're going to bed, throughout the day. Because I can tell you sometimes by 3 o'clock, I'm like, what happened today? So and I'm sure a lot of us on here do that. You'll go over to your little collection, or if you have something in your purse or your drawer at work, or even at home, because a lot of people are working from home, you take something out and just get me out of here.
Yeah.
Just something. But yeah. I'm like, I wonder how that's gonna do on top of my Delina exclusive. Smell good to me so far.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed this.
I did too.
I'm glad we did this. Yeah. See, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Mechelle.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you all for joining us. Please make sure you like the video before you leave. I would greatly appreciate it. If you are not already subscribed, please do so to both Erica and my channel. And we will see you in the next one. Don't you all think that Erica should bring her lives to YouTube? Put your hand in the air, and Erica should bring her lives to YouTube.
Look at you.
Come on, y'all. Help me out. Thank you, Angelo. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Jay.
Have a beautiful night.
Y'all have a good night. And as in the words of Miss Erica Wintermechelle,
be good to your damn self.
Good night, y'all.